a great delight to speak to you today from Colorado in the United States, where myself and Susie and several of the Rajas, together with Ted Wallace, the new head of MAPI in the United States, have been focusing on the creation of perfect health for the whole society. Due to the Maharshi effect being generated by the Invincible America Assembly in Maharshi Vedic City, invincibility has been rising in the United States during the past month. And rising invincibility in every nation has its source in rising coherence in collective consciousness. But this rise of invincibility must be supported and sustained on the level of the collective physiology of the nation. That is, the growth of a disease-free society, the growth of perfect health. And to achieve this goal, Maharshi has blessed the world with the complete knowledge of Ayurveda, the science of life from the eternal Vedic tradition. In the past weeks, as I've had the opportunity to examine once again the scientific research on the Maharshi Ayurveda herbal formulations, I've again been deeply inspired by the extraordinary scope and effectiveness of their benefits for health. So I would like to briefly share some of these benefits with you by describing some of the research findings on Amrit Kalash. The main idea that I want to present is that the research on Amrit Kalash shows profound value for prevention of disease and promotion of health. Amrit Kalash is a supreme rasayana of Maharshi Ayurveda. And rasayana is the Sanskrit term for the Vedic herbal formulas to prevent illness and reverse the aging process. It's the Vedic authenticity of these formulas that's the key to their success. Veda is total natural law, the constitution of the universe. Veda is the inner intelligence of every grain of creation. And we know from the research of Maharaja Nadaram, in a very exact and scientific way, that Veda and Vedic literature is the inner intelligence of our own human physiology. In its structure and in its function, our human physiology is the precise expression of the 40 aspects of Veda and Vedic literature. So the reason we can be assured of the profound health benefit of the herbal formulas is their Vedic authenticity. These formulas specify which combinations of herbs will support the inner intelligence of the body to promote balance and health through the intelligence of natural law contained in the herbs. And at the same time, it's also a joy to see another angle of verification from scientific research to appreciate some of the details of how these herbal formulas promote the health, the perfect health of the body. But we shouldn't think of Vedic authenticity and scientific verification as two separate things. Rather, they're two aspects of the same reality, because it's the Vedic authenticity that ensures that the herbal formulas are in tune with natural law, which means that they will have scientific reliability. So Vedic authenticity is that which really ensures scientific reliability. The Rasayana Amrit Kalash, as we see in this first graphic, if we can see the first picture, it has two formulas. One, shown on the left, is Amrit Kalash Ambrosia. It's a tablet. And the second formula is Amrit Kalash Nectar, which has two forms. It has a paste that is shown in the middle jar, and it has a tablet form also, for those who prefer a tablet, as shown on the right jar. Together, these two formulas contain about 40 herbs combined in a very precise manner according to the Vedic procedures. Thank you very much for this graphic. Amrit Kalash has been the subject of a great deal of scientific research over the past 20 years. But in the short time available here, I wanted to just focus on two areas of research that indicate the power of Amrit Kalash to prevent disease and promote health. The first is research related to cardiovascular health, which has a powerful implication for preventing both heart disease and stroke. And the second area is research related to cancer prevention and treatment. These three diseases, heart disease and stroke, which are both part of cardiovascular health, and cancer. So these three diseases, heart disease, stroke, and cancer, are the three leading causes of mortality in the United States. So this gives an idea of how fundamental is the health benefit of Amrit Kalash. And in order to understand how Amrit Kalash can have such a far-reaching benefit and to appreciate the research findings more fully, it will be useful just to take 1 minute to describe what are called free radicals in the physiological literature, because the research shows that one of the major mechanisms by which Amrit Kalash supports health is by preventing the negative effects of free radicals. And this will enable us also to see how Amrit Kalash has the effect described of a rasayana of reversal of aging. The most widely understood physiological theory of aging, or widely accepted physiological theory of aging, is the free radical theory of aging. And this theory postulates that aging results from an accumulation of changes that are caused by reactions in the body that are initiated by these molecules. They're highly reactive molecules. They interact with other molecules around them. They're called free radicals. And the changes induced by free radicals are believed to be a major cause of aging and the development of disease. Free radicals and their associate molecules can be produced within the body, that is, the body's own transformations generate some free radicals just through normal metabolism, or they can be produced outside the body from sources such as pollution or taking in something that is not good for one, such as food that has some poison in it. So when the body defends against these free radicals, the body's defense mechanisms are called antioxidants, because these free radicals, they cause, when they interact with the different parts of the body, their process of interaction is oxidation. They're called reactive oxygen species. So the body has antioxidants in it to fight against free radicals. But when the amount of antioxidants in the body is not enough to do battle with the free radicals, so to speak, then these very reactive molecules of free radicals, they interact with the vital molecules in the body, such as even the DNA, and they can cause mutations even in the DNA, in the sequence of genetic material, giving rise to various diseases. And they also can interact with the various structures of the body and degrade them. So this combination of what's called oxidative damage by these free radicals has very damaging consequences for the tissues of the body. These oxidants, or free radicals, they induce changes in the structure of tissues and in their functions, and that can manifest as aging and as chronic degenerative diseases like arthritis and atherosclerosis and cancer. So this understanding of the physiological effects of free radicals, this will allow us to appreciate the findings of the research on Amrit Kalash in preventing cardiovascular disease. So if we could go now to the second chart. The title of this chart is Decreased Oxidation of Low-Density Lipoprotein through Amrit Kalash. And then it says Implications for Cardiovascular Health. Now what this study did was it looked at the effect of Amrit Kalash on the oxidation. That means how this free radical process interacted with what are called low-density lipoproteins. Understanding of the physiological effects. Low-density lipoprotein, it's commonly referred to as bad cholesterol because this low-density lipoprotein, or LDL, can lead to cardiovascular disease. It carries the cholesterol, the so-called bad cholesterol, through our arteries, and when it oxidizes, these